Good morning, you little turtles. What's going on? Oh, all of you guys complaining before? I'm so tired. All of you fuckers complaining. Dev, you do the sip too late. You do it at 12. It's supposed to be a morning show. You do it at 12, 1, 2. Well, guess what? I'm here at 9 a.m. 9:12. I'm a little bit late. 9:12 a.m. I'm here. No more complaints about how late or how early. Everyone get your fucking coffees out. Where's hold on. Coffee emote. Coffee. There we go. Post. Coffee time. You guys have your coffee? Actually, you can even use the dev sip if you want. Slurp. Here we go. The gay retarded sensibilities. Oh, Chud Logic. That fucking guy. So what's going on, chums? Did you guys enjoy yesterday's Cops Tubcast? Where, oh god, what a shit show that was. Fuck, what a shit show that was. The fact that it got nuked. I understand why, because we showed the police footage of the guy getting his shit kicked in. We watched a man die live on YouTube, so of course YouTube was going to restrict it. I understand. That's just how it is, you know? Oh, that's good. Good coffee, good coffee, good coffee. I got bored. I stopped watching. You're banned. You're banned. Cops, 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 cops. So, chat, how's everything going? Oh, you don't watch Subcast? Well, you're banned too. You fuckers. Oh, I'm tired. Damn it, it's 6 a.m. It's 9 a.m. for me. Might as well be 6, though. Oh, fuck. Okay. How's everyone doing? Franco was not a classical fascist. It's the phalangists who came before him that were. Franco was a neo-fascist. I'll probably put it on demonetized in the coming weeks. Is Dankula becoming an ANCAP? Maybe. He definitely has read some of that stuff. Would I be willing to debate him? I'm not sure. I'm not much of a debater, you know. Sip too loud? No, you must sip. Mm. Oh, you got some chocolate coffee, dude, today. There was a recent cop shooting where they shot an old man at 4 a.m. No gun in his person, and the older officer shouted, "Get the cameras." Fuck. Fucking hell. I want to watch Tubcast, but Lilith's voice makes me want to unalive myself. She can't help her voice, man. It's just how it is. I don't, I understand that she can't help it, so I don't say anything about it. It's her natural voice, to be honest. She didn't really do much in the way of voice training. She just took hormones young enough that, plus the fact that she's Asian and she has an Asian accent, it all kind of came together to make that voice. Same with Taftage. Taftage also like isn't putting on a girl voice. That's just her natural voice now too. Started 3 minutes ago. We'll come back in 20 for the show to start. You fuck. Oh, I have a headache, guys. Jesus. Mm. I want to listen to V and Lilith debate a topic and feel maximum pain. Both of those accents just clashing forever. I made the terrible mistake of checking out Lilith's porn, and now I can't go back to women. Go check out Taftaj's porn, too. They both do porn. They're both pornographers. Dun dun dun. I watched What If Altists, The 7 Emotions That Push Civilization this morning. It was a pretty good video. It's pretty good. It seems to make a bunch of sense. You know what I mean? Seems okay. What else I got going on real quick? Let me think about it. Porn is gross. Sometimes. You gotta be in the mood. Watching porn when you're not turned on is like, eh. It's kinda weird. Like that guy? Yeah, me too. What do I got going on? Let me see. Is there anything new to announce? Not really. I've just been working. Like, I announced a bunch of shit last week, and everything I announced last week is still underway for this week. It's all still being worked on. Things are all still shaking out. Like, there's nothing really new to report. You know what I mean? Like, I announced a bunch of different projects, and I've made progress in each of those projects over the course of the week, but nothing's actually, like, I can't show you anything new yet. With the exception of the White Nervosa video. That came out. How did you guys like the White Nervosa video? My mug is chipping. I can feel all the bits coming off. It doesn't feel very good. Journalism focuses on the negative and the sensational. Does this channel too? Sometimes, yeah. I didn't call it a Dissecting a Degenerate because, Jesus. I didn't want to get, like, nuked immediately by the bread tubers. But once I rebuild my playlists, it will go into the Dissecting a Degenerate playlist. Thanks, Big Joe. She's insane, yeah. It was okay. It felt a bit out of place. What do you mean felt out of place? Sometimes this channel focuses on booba. Wait, why are you mad at seeing Mask Off Vosh? We all knew that's who this guy was. In fact, actually, I'm just going to go to White Nervosa's Twitter page. Yeah, White Nervosa is, like, posting Demon Mama's talk about Chud Logic's editor, trying to deflect all this nonsense. Also, apparently White Nervosa got into a car accident yesterday, and is also still doing more cocaine. So it's like, okay, you have fun with that shit. I am probably not gonna play the Dead Space remaster, no. At least not right away. Not for me, man, not for me. Oh yeah, they're both terrible people, absolutely. They're, like, just abysmal human beings. Okay, that's enough goofing around, isn't it? This is just me. I'm just trying to fucking wake up. Just trying to wake up. Okay. Let's get to it. YouTube, shut up. The audio stream's current bitrate, 0, is lower than the recommended bitrate. That means that I have no audio going through. I am pretty sure I have audio going through. YouTube, you fucking retarded service. Shut up. Tried to watch the almighty Lolly's Dead Space stream and I realized that Game Boomers, I'm changing the name of Game Boomers, but thank you. Okay, so, yeah. Let's do the shillin' before we do the chillin'. Okay? Here is the P.O. box. It's on screen. Write down that address, get a box, fill it up with a bunch of garbage, and mail it to me, and I'll open it on the stream, okay? People have sent me games before. They've sent me gifts. They've sent me letters, you know? They've sent me a bunch of weird shit. One person sent me a horse dildo. So if you want me to open your package on stream, send it off to that address on the screen. Secondly, if you want to support the channel financially, please consider doing so. Super chats, memberships, Twitch Prime subs, all the above. You can get yourself into the D Club Discord. And we can, I think I'm going to start bringing back the movie nights eventually once I have time. But we had some fun movie nights recently. We're going to bring them back for the new year. So yes, as always, only support the channel financially if you can afford to do so. I want you guys taking care of yourselves first. But if you have a few extra bucks, consider throwing them my way. I highly appreciate it. $5 from Black Kiwi. Hello, comrades. Hello, Dev. When do you think we'll see the Crimson Utopia? Hopefully soon. Yes, comrade. The Crimson Utopia. Kenrick, $10. Dev, where were you hearing that Pelosi's attacker was his lover? Most of the rightists I watched thought he was Paul's dealer, not lover. Are you kidding me? Like, I want me to hop on Twitter and find all the right-wing accounts that were saying that it was a gay love affair? Fuck, I think, like, Ben Shapiro might have made a joke about it. I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk made a joke about it. Like, people were saying this shit. They were really saying this shit, man. He was a gay lover. That's a dumb line used to distract or make anything but the official line seem ridiculous. Shake your silver. Oh, God. Listen, you brain-wormed fucking faggot, all right? Not everything that shows your side to be ridiculous is a fucking psyop against you, all right? This is like Kevin Sorbo, where he was like, he was like, man, January 6th was amazing. This is great. This is awesome. We're finally taking it back. And then like an hour later, he's like, Antifa caused January 6th. It's Antifa. It's not us, guys. Just copium. Fucking copium. Black Kiwi, $2. Even I heard it was an affair, and I'm a commie. Are you a commie? Based Sorbo. Fuck. Dev, what say you to the idea that the CIA and FBI, working together, were responsible for the JFK and MLK? I mean, maybe, but I don't know enough about that particular story. It's outside my wheelhouse, man. Okay, let me just see what's going on here. Let me dig around for what's going on. Paul Pelosi having a different kind of hammering that night. No pants, baby. To Dev speaking something equals you 100% believe it. Yes, Pelosi and DePape were gay hammer bros. Listen, here's the thing, dude. Here's what you're not getting. You can't make a statement and then be like, if it turns out it's wrong, you're like, I was just joking. Obviously, like you can't tell what a troll is. But then if it turns out to be right, be like, I predicted it. I knew. I have the all-seeing eye that opened on the center of my forehead. And it's like, no, listen, dude. That's just cope. Black Kiwi, $5. Thank you. Look at my PFP and you tell me, Dev. Look how I spell commie and communism. Is it true? Is this a psyop? I don't know, bro. Communism and Catgirl's brother. Well, thanks for the money, dude. Listen, if you're a commie, give me all your money. It was a psyop to delay the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what it was. Let me pull up some nonsense. You guys want to talk about nonsense? I hope you guys want to talk about nonsense. Maybe. The sexual tension when they were holding the hammer together. No, there was no sexual tension there. Hold on. Shaker Silver. Also, Deb, in the divorce video, you stated you are drifting from Sargon and Arch politically. No, I stated they were drifting from me. I haven't changed. They have. And they've both admitted that they've changed. They have moved more rightward than I have, but I've remained pretty much static. And it's not that there's an assumption that liberal institutions are uncorrupted. It's that I have yet to see actual proof that they are. And I can already predict the copium coming off of you. No proof. It's all the shit the right wing has said the past 2 years. No fucking proof. Lakehead University is not happy with Sharp, so they had to hide all the comments in that video. Oh, that's right. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and see that. Shut up. What was that video that we brigaded on Lakehead's? Lakehead was the university that I attended, and it fucking sucks. Like, it just fucking sucks, dude, that university. But, like, was it like 6 months ago or whatever? We fucked around on the YouTube channel for fun. Where is that? They put out like an advertisement that said this is a great place to come and bring your kids to, and like you should all come to. It's like, no, it fucking isn't. It's not. So like I trolled the fuck out of them. What art is that, Black Kiwi? I don't know what you're talking about. I can't find the video anymore. Maybe they actually just took it down. Fuck. Dev, stop being a fence sitter and blow up a government building. Here, hold on. You get to see liberal institutions are corrupted the past 2 decades. We come in 2016 or something. Dude. Listen. For all of the crimes of the West, one, I'm not going to sit here and self-flagellate like you are, and like progressives demand that I do, because I'm not a fucking cuck. 2, if it really were just like corruption and power games at the end of it, and there was nothing actually beneath anything, there was no actual ideology that causes people, like, if it were all just like a realist's wet dream, do you actually think that any of the shit that came out would have actually come out? Like, what was it? Was it Abu Ghraib? Where like American soldiers were torturing Iraqi prisoners? Yeah, Abu Ghraib. All right. If it really were just, there is no actual liberal ideals that we live up to, and it's all just games of power, and it's all just whoever can do whatever it is to make to advance their own position and to gain more power, and no one actually gave a shit about any of this, then Abu Ghraib wouldn't have been a scandal. It would have been like, oh, that's okay. I mean, there are guys, right? Like, it's good that they do it because they're the enemy and we're the good guys. But no, like, people lost their fucking jobs over that shit, man. It's just your point of view is like completely at odds with reality. Okay, hold on. Here it is. Yeah, it was last February we got that Lakehead video. We fucked around with it. Oh, they unprivated it, but they turned off all the comments. All the comments are deleted on it. Ideology as a concept is fake as shit. Jesus Christ. Listen, you need to not only listen to Sargon and let the words flow in one ear and out another, but actually have to think about it for a while to understand what he's talking about. Yeah. That's good. I mean, here's the thing. The point that I'm making, hold on, the fiscal crisis of 2008 Okay, communist. There's reasons for this that aren't just like, oh fuck, the bankers slash Jews, banker Jews. Okay, hold on. The Forever Wars. The Forever Wars. Is America currently at war? Like, weren't you the same guy who was bitching about pulling out of Afghanistan? Okay, listen. Like, I feel like your brain has liquefied and you need to go outside and touch some fucking grass. The entire machine working to unseat Trump? You mean the vote? Fuck. Oh my god. Black Kiwi, $5. Thank you. Would I be able to send it to you on Discord? Because the entire situation is clusterfuck on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure, send it to me though, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. It sounds more to me like you're scared of the possibility that it is just power and holding on to the belief in liberal institutions as a security blanket. Prove it! Prove it! You're making this claim, but you can't prove any of it. I'm not like just clinging to something because I don't like the alternative. I'm considering the alternative, but you need proof of it, and you've never provided any, and you never will because it's not true. Like, go ahead. Prove it. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, you're too conspiracy-brained, frankly. An FBI insurgency. Like, that. Look at the fucking copium! I lost the vote. It must be the FBI rigging everything. Fuck. Oh, fucking hell. Yep, we're gonna get. Let's get to it. I've had enough of this nonsense. Let's see here. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm actually gonna make a video on that, Star Phoenix. I'm gonna hold off on that one, but I've been thinking about it. Dev is controlled opposition. Man, if I was controlled opposition, they better be fucking start paying me for it. God damn it! I will take the Biden bucks. Give me like $50 million, and I'll be controlled opposition. Fuck it. But I don't have any millions, unfortunately. Dev, the FBI was literally contacting Twitter about pulling Trump. Twitter's not a real fucking place. All right? And the FBI was contacting and Twitter was saying no. I read what was going on. Fuck. All right. It's so stupid. Okay. Listen. Let us go to the news. I have a bunch of links. We're going to look at them and have a laugh this morning. And we're going to roll. I read it, Brock. That's not what they said. Jesus Christ. Do you only read fucking headlines? That article didn't say, we rigged 2020 and you were just going to laugh about it in Time magazine. No. The article was like, Jesus. You want to read it with me? That'll be the first article that you read. Just to fucking show how dumb you are. All right? Hold on. All right. Time 2020 fortified election. Okay. So, let me see here. The claim from Brock Sampson is, Dev, they came out and bragged about how they colluded to rig 2020. To rig 2020. All right? To rig it. Let's see. Let's see the rigging. Show me the riggers. All right? Show me the riggers. Show them to me. So, let's see. Trump refused to concede. The response was not mass action, but crickets. When media organizations called the race for Joe Biden, jubilation broke out. People in thronged cities across the U.S. said, okay, yeah. Corporate America turned on him. Hundreds of major business leaders, many of whom had backed Trump's candidacy and supported his policies, called on him to concede. Yeah. Come on. Shut up. Stop that. Within days after the election, we witnessed an orchestrated effort to anoint the winner, even while many key states were all being counted. In a way, Trump was right. Let's see. Let's see how Trump was right. Okay. Was it rigging? It's not going to be rigging, guys. It's not going to be rigging. Here's $5 to help you start on your Canadian dictatorship path. Thanks, Lancelot. Thank you. Dev is early. Yes, I am, Rift. Thanks for joining the D Club, man. All right, so let's read. Let's find the riggers. Let's see. So, there is a conspiracy unfolding behind the scenes, one that both curtailed the protests and coordinated resistance from CEOs. Both surprises were the result of an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. The pact was formalized in a terse, little-noticed joint statement of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and AFL-CIO published on Election Day. Both sides would come to see it as an implicit bargain, inspired by the summer's massive, sometimes destructive racial justice protests, in which the forces of labor came together as forces of capital to keep the peace and oppose Trump's assault on democracy. All right. So, let's find the rigging. Let's find the rigging, guys. Let's find the rigging, because right now it's just like the labor and capital can't change votes. They can simply not support somebody who's refusing to concede. All right. Let's see. The handshake between business and labor was just one component of a vast cross-partisan campaign to protect the election. An extraordinary shadow effort dedicated not to winning the vote, but to ensuring it would be free and fair, credible and uncorrupted. All right, so let's try our best to make the election free and fair, credible and uncorrupted. That reads rigging to you? They colluded to illegally change voting laws. You said rigged in this Time article. You said this article specifically. Don't change what you fucking said now. Don't be like, oh, I actually meant this other point over in this other location. No. You said this article. You said this article. And it sounds like you're a fucking retard. So, a loosely organized coalition of operatives. Okay, it's a lie. Prove the lie then. You have to prove the lie. You're saying that this is not just, that this is actually just 100% a lie, and they actually mean what actually happened was the complete inverse of this, then you must prove that. You must prove it. You must prove it. You can't simply say it's a lie. Show me. I had no idea Dev was so dumb. Show me the evidence! That is rigging. No, it's... Oh my God. Proof. You said this article was the proof. This article isn't the proof, and I knew it wasn't from the beginning because you're a retard. Okay? Read between the lines. Prove what's between the lines. Prove. Prove it. Like everyone in the chat's being like, Dev can't see the conspiracy. Prove the conspiracy. Prove it. Prove what I can't see. Prove what I can't see. Dev is an arrogant asshole. Prove what I can't see. Just show me. Okay, you know what? Do we actually need to like go through all this and show how dumb it is? Does the chat really want that, or should I actually go to the articles that I have collected? And get right into the news. Should I do that? Okay. Enough of this nonsense. Anyway, listen. You are blind. We can't fix... Prove it! Lego! I don't know if you have a brain. You sound like you're a fucking AI. No, please move on. Okay, you know what? We'll get to it right now. Forget it. You're too committed to being a... Prove it! Oh my fucking God! It's like, forget it. You're too committed to being a cuck. Prove! Proof, goddammit. I can't believe I have to ask this. The hyper-rationalistic facts over feels crowd can't provide proof. Fuck! And it's like, Here's the proof. Can't you read between the lines? What the fuck? That's not proof. That's you having schizophrenia. All right. Jesus Christ. Black Kiwi, $5. Not even 30 minutes into the stream, and Dev is calling chat neurodivergent is how I wanted this morning to start. Based. Pikmin, thanks for telling me I won. Thanks for the $5, man. No, Apples, you need to prove your claim that it's false. Look at the proof. Where is it? Where? Like, okay, here. What line in this article is the proof? Brock. What line in the article? Like, where? Which one of these lines is the proof? I'm really annoyed how trolly Dev has gotten. Spikes, I'm not trolling. I'm incredulous at how retarded some people in my chat are. Okay? Oh, fuck. It was revealed to me in a dream. Based, Giga Chad. My sources, I made it the fuck up. Okay. Okay, you know what? We will actually get to it. Let me just have some more coffee. Dude, coffee is fucking great. I've been like missing out. I've been like drinking less coffee recently. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Okay. Give me just a second, okay? Give me a second, friends. I'm looking for something real quick. Okay. All right. The proof goes to a different school. You wouldn't know her. Yeah, that's good. Dev, you're just spicing your language at homonyms. Yeah, I mean, I am calling people in the chat retarded because fun and funny. But yes, the ultimate point of the whole thing is that there's no proof, and there hasn't been any proof for a long time. Wait, your past statements. You become a horrible troll baiting for super chats? No, I'm not baiting for super chats. I'm saying what I think is true. I mean, I like super chats, but if you guys didn't give me any, I'd still stream, you know? Okay. Hold on. Get back to the news. I mentioned this yesterday, and I wanted to talk about it today, and I just found it, okay? This guy, I think used to watch me. Maybe he still does watch me. I'm not sure. But there's this guy on Twitter, okay? Named Shin Pepe or Shin Pepe, whatever. So he has criticized me in the past, which is fine. But now that I'm off Twitter, he has said about me. Someone sent me this. You mean the guy who was a fence sitter cuck that just keeps screaming Giga Chad as if that makes him less of a beta cuck? Yes, Devo has been slowly becoming the way of Boogie and Richie. Who's Richie Boy, by being a coward and complacent puss because his friend Lilith is in charge. Guys. Now, I don't know who needs to listen to this. I don't even know if this guy is here, but Lilith isn't in charge of shit. I've heard many people, I've heard Aiden say this. I've heard other people say this. And it's like, who the fuck actually thinks that Lilith controls, like, my opinions on things? How dumb fuck do you have to be? Considering how much Lilith and I have argued both on stream and off about self-ID, about kids going on hormones, like, we've argued about this shit. And I'm just like, what the? How fucking dumb do you have to be to think this? How fucking brainless? Christ. Hylian Juggalo, $10. How can you fault people for coping when even you admit our institutions have been compulsively lying and gaslighting? This is why you got rid of the COVID amnesty video. No, the COVID amnesty video is over on Demonetized, as I said, and I'm pretty sure you were here for that stream, so I don't know why you're suddenly feeding out this alt narrative, dude. But I even said, listen, by the way, thanks for the $10, and I'm just going to scream at you, though, because you're still wrong. The $10 doesn't make any more right. Listen, I put all the videos that had been demonetized onto the Demonetized channel. You knew this. Everyone knows this. I said it many times. That's where it is. You will see it go up there. I'm putting up one a day. You'll see it go up there eventually. It's not disappearing. And no. Yes, you know what? Sometimes our institutions do lie. You need proof of them lying, though. You need proof. We have some proof of our institutions being very, very oversteppy when it comes to COVID stuff. But you know what? You don't have any proof of them doing any of the things that you thought they did during 2020. Simple as that. The difference is the proof. $5. Cortel Maltese, thank you. Free and fair, credible and uncorrupted from a standpoint of people who think that Trump is illegitimate and corrupt already. Biased. So yeah, that's just like, that point of view is like, well, there's no such thing as free or fair or credible or uncorrupted, and it's all just power, right? Like, if you think that Trump, like, it's like any criticisms against Trump are going to be from the point of view of being uncorrupted. Or sorry, are going to be from the point of view of being corrupted, and therefore they're not legitimate. And it's like, well, no, there is actually an objective standard we can have here. You know, it's entirely possible that they were people who just wanted Trump out by hook or by crook. It's also entirely possible that Trump lost, and they wanted to see whoever won win, regardless. And no, just because your guy lost doesn't mean that the whole thing was fucking rigged. Oh, thanks for the 2. Thanks for the 2 euros, Tonushi. Go out of the sun up in the clouds. Nice. That's ridiculous, Apple's Ghost. You have to send me more. If you have proof of that, send it to me. But you know what? I've seen some of the proof you sent, and it hasn't been what you thought it is. So, all right. So listen. Do you think that masks are effective? I mean, they're probably like kind of effective, but they're not the fucking silver bullet everyone thinks they are. And forcing masks was stupid. Okay, so listen. Who decides what is free is fair? That's the point that I'm making, right? You can have that sort of skepticism, but at the end of the day, it just boils down to, well, it's free and fair if my guy won. It's like, fucking dumb. All right, listen. This is stupidity. And this guy does seem to be kind of coping, blaming Lilith for all of it. Like, this guy's a retard. If I ever return to Twitter, I'll make sure to come back to this fucking tweet and be like, you're fucking retarded. The Nazis had very fair elections, they told us so. Fuck. Like, my God. I don't know. Just because some things have been illegitimate in the past does not mean that every single thing is illegitimate all the time. And if something is going to be illegitimate, you have to prove it. You must prove it. $5 from Ben. Thank you. At this point, the right is no different about that from the left and complain about everything that doesn't go their way. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. I actually do dispute that, Apples, but I'm not going to talk about it this fucking stream. Jesus Christ. $10 from Highly. I'm not supporting the idea. I'm saying you got to give them some credence because they do have something actively against them. If we didn't have those issues, the lying wouldn't happen at all. Maybe, maybe not. There's a leap of logic in that. I mean, what I'm saying is you have to prove it. You have to prove it. Like, refusal to acknowledge evidence is not the absence of evidence. You haven't proven anything. Okay, you know what? You're fucking retarded. Every single person who's out here saying this stuff, I can't waste any more of my precious few brain cells left on this retarded fucking nonsense. All right. I'm not. This is. It's just Jesus Christ. I do ask where's the proof to Lilith all the time. In fact, I just prove Lilith all the time. I'm like, hey Lilith, let's talk about self-ID. And then she spouts some fucking nonsense, and I'm just like, no! I'm saying the burden is on you. No. The burden of proof is on you to prove that it's not free and fair. Go. Oh, God. It's... all right. Okay, moving on. Enough of this. Enough nonsense. I'm done. Actually, I want to start with local news. In fact. Because we're going to start right here with local news. News in my area. All right? I don't usually talk about local news. Because I don't usually talk about what's going on here. Because honestly, nothing happens here. But I think there's some interesting things to talk about locally. Yeah. $10 from Rusta. Thank you. The correct answer is that our leaders have lied in the past, and so we shouldn't take everything at face value and be reasonably critical of what they say. Sure. I mean, that's a fair criticism. Sorry, that's a fair point, right? Makes sense to me. But you know what? That doesn't mean going automatically, if my guy, the one that I love so much, lost the election, then it's automatically fake and everything. It's like, no. Calm the fuck down with that, all right? No. You do need proof, all right? It's reasonable to be skeptical about elections. It is not reasonable to shriek that it was all rigged 2 years later after like all the various investigations went through and you lost every time. All right. There's a limit to just, Descartes level blind skepticism. This is what you get for being early, Dev. Thanks, Gallus. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the donation. Okay, let's go. Midnight Manor is now a home for sex nerds in Sudbury. Is this guy a sex nerd? This dude? I don't know why there's a sex club in my city now, but I guess there is. Adult social club located in the old Mine Mill Hall, holding a range of different events. Now, I looked up where this place was, and it's actually like 15 minutes out of the city. So it's like on the very outskirts. It's not like it's in like a downtown or like near a school or anything. It's just in the middle of nowhere. But sex nerds, guys. All right. At the old Mine Mill Hall, there's a side door with a small paper sign that reads Midnight Manor. Thanks for the €1 or the £1, Addy. Thank you. Inside, you will find a room with lush couches, mannequins, a floor-to-ceiling curtain, all lit with a chandelier. The owner, Paul Nadeau, wanted it to feel like an episode of Scooby-Doo or The Addams Family. You weren't sure what you'd be walking into. Some might call the Midnight Manor a sex club, but Nadeau, who said he's been in the kink lifestyle for about 15 years now, sees it more as a community center where people can explore their sexual identity. The business hosts and sells tickets to a range of different events, ranging from board game night to demonstrations of intimate Japanese rope art known as shibari. Oftentimes, we can feel isolated and we're putting ourselves out there and worry what's going to happen, says Nadeau, who started the business shortly before COVID-19 hit. It can really be transformative about affirming yourself and finding your identity. Wow. He launched Midnight Manor right before COVID-19 and has found success selling tickets to events ranging from cabaret shows to sex toy demonstrations. He says while some of the events do involve having sex, that is rarely the focus. It's more about communicating the intimacy. Most kinksters are just regular people. They're just kind of, it's been said, sex nerds. Why was this article written? And why is this the guy who's running a fucking sex club? Also, Jesus, like this is like a basement. Like this is like a water heater or something, and reflecting off of the mirror here. Like this is just a basement that he put a few things up on. This is no classy joint. Fuck. Intimacy with strangers an oxymoron? Yes, it is. Dev, who else would run a sex club? I'm pretty sure there's like very high, like not high profile, like very secretive places that aren't open to the public, where you can actually have like good looking people do some weird, crazy, kinky shit. But you're never gonna have an article on it like this. Nope. Sounds woke, not kinky. There's a lot of overlap there. $5 from Greg Matt. Thank you. Listening Dev arguing with his chat makes you want to bring out the popcorn. Enjoy the show. Fight for my amusement. Listen, if you want more of that shit, post the popcorn emote. There it is. Max Tepperfray, thank you for the $5. Morning, Dev. How about that 2016 rigged election against Hillary? She had the popular vote. LOL. Well, the popular vote doesn't matter, right? What matters are the electoral or the electoral college. Yeah, that's what matters. Like, you can win the popular vote and then lose still, and it's still legitimate. So, this is pathetic. What's pathetic, Brock? That I moved on from your nonsense? Okay. So, Midnight Manor. I almost want to go down there with like a GoPro, like hidden underneath a shirt or something, and just like see what's going on. Be like, there's some weird shit happening down here. Okay, secondly, this is a change.org petition. After months, this is also, by the way, in my city. After months of planning and initially being accepted, the Courage Tours, Isis Couture, and Suki Doll, drag queens, visit to the Llewellyn Park Secondary School has been canceled for being too political. Llewellyn Park Secondary School is the school that Naomi went to, or part of the time, I think, and it's the school that Naomi's sister is currently attending. The high school, one of the high schools here in the city, and in fact, it's about 3 or 4 houses down from Naomi's old childhood home. And so we're talking a high school that takes kids from like 13 to 18. About that, there's like 6 years that happen in that school. I think is it grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah. So there was months of planning to get a drag queen story hour show to come to my city. Finally, the progressive rot has reached here. It hasn't been here this whole time. My city's been like free of this shit. But finally it's arrived. However, it was canceled for being too political. This is an outrageous development with even more outrageous reasoning. What the Rainbow District School Board calls too political, we know as education. Students from other boards were meant to attend the educational session about self-love and being your authentic self. Fuck off, right? High schoolers seeing drag queens isn't educational, you fucking retards. This cancellation sends a clear message that the Rainbow District School Board finds LGBTQIA+ rights controversial and that a message of self-acceptance is too political for the board. Listen, all right? Fuck you. Drag queens are not a core component of being lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, or what's A? Is A autistic? No. It's it's asexual. Right? You're retarded. Shut up. Not to mention the irony of the school board priding itself in acceptance and education while committing to such an intolerant take on what would be a fun and safe representation. No. The event was planned for February 10th, 2023, but has now been canceled. And they're trying to get people to sign you get people to sign so that they can put it on, but Like, there's been a lot of backlash locally against this fucking thing, and I don't think it's gonna happen. You actually see some of these, like, as one of the founders of the Lesbian and Gay Pride Day Committee in Sudbury in 1977, this is totally disgusting. It's a complete capitulation by the board to the anti-drag, anti-trans, anti-queer. Listen, these things don't all belong together, but anti-drag, anti-trans, anti-queer, white supremacist, right wing. It is an act of right wing censorship. It's like, dude, being queer, trans, and drag are not the same thing, you know? There are lots of gay people who just want to calm the fuck down and not be flamboyant and retarded and stupid and just, like, be cool. All right? Never understood why drag acts are the poster boys of LGBT, because the left lives and dies on stereotypes. All right? You get like a Pete Buttigieg type of guy who's just like a regular dude, you know, respectable, wears a suit, works a pretty normal job, you know, doesn't really seem to be gay outwardly. He's like completely assimilated into regular society. That guy's fine, but they can't poster child him because he doesn't look strange. They're like, it's like a worship of specifically not fitting in. All right, fuck. Check this out. In the current political climate, where trans people are under attack in so many places from the extreme right, drag isn't trans. That a school board would choose to cancel such an affirming educational event is, to say the least, very disturbing. Drag queens are doing educational work in libraries and schools all over and are under attack. Educational work? What, just normalizing being in drag? Is that the educational work? Okay. Fortunately, their supporters continue to vastly outnumber those who object to young people being exposed to this vibrant and rich current in our communities. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's fucking wrong, dude. No one in this city wants that shit. There are students in every school who will benefit from this excellent educational experience, many of whom will see their own realities reflected in these presentations. Listen, as somebody who nowadays would be considered one of those LGBTQIA plus students that attended this school board. Actually, no, it was a different school board. That's right. My hometown is about an hour away, and I think it's under a different school board. I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, I attended a different high school, and I attended a different high school, but I think it might have been on the same. I don't remember if it was on the same school board or not. But basically, I would have been one of those LGBTQIA plus students. And you know what? When this is gonna sound strange, but it's true. When shit was in the closet, it was better. It just was. All right. Didn't have to deal with seeing fucking rainbows and go to all these workshops and seminars and waste my fucking time. You know what I could do? I could go home and fap to the train as much as I wanted. Didn't need to fucking deal with anything else. Didn't need to have like, oh, I accept you for your weird fetishes. I accept. He's like, no, fuck off. You know what? I'm gonna go home and jack off to Bible Black, and no one's gonna know about it. And fuck you, because I want to keep my shit private, and I did, and I do. Fuck. Hey, Zen Chan. I know that you Zen Chan's a fucking trap. But basically, a lot of this shit is just nonsense. It's just retarded. It's retarded. All right. LGBTQ plus culture is not too political or controversial. Made so big it gets. It was better when it was. You know what? Okay, listen. Gay sex was more fun when it was taboo. Now that it's been normalized, it's fucking boring. Bible Black, bro, you got issues. Hey, Bible Black is like the first real instance of like dick girls that really got famous. So fuck it. Dubber sub, dude. The English dub of Bible Black's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. It's such awful voice actresses. Anyway, yeah. Like, I was a closeted young queer going to schools in Sudbury in the 90s and 2000s. 20 plus years later, I am still unraveling how much harm the silence and suppression of queer lives, identities, and community did to me and so many others. You know what? I went to school here in the 2000s, not here, an hour away, but still. I went to school in this area in the 2000s, and I was bi, and I didn't tell anybody. And you know what? Things were so much better back then. Fuck. Things are so much worse now. Jesus. Thanks to the fiver, man. Going outside was a bad idea. I want to go back in the box. The box does not judge, it just hates. A friend of mine got his copy of Bible Black for free because the seller got nervous. That's actually funny. Really? I kind of want to find like a DVD copy of it just 'cause it's so ridiculous. Are you bi or do you just like drawings of females that are called males? Oh no, I actually enjoy real life trans women as well. Pre-op though, they gotta have dicks. Post-op, I might as well just date an actual woman. Anyway, no, it's so ridiculous. All right. I went to high school here. I was so lucky to have queer teachers who made me realize there was more than I could be. I'm trans now, and I can thank Llewellyn Park for having it friendly. I wonder why you're trans now. No, dude, like kids got to figure this shit out on their own without adults nosing in their politics into it or even their own views. Like, you know what? If if you're gay or trans, or if you have some weird fetish or whatever the fuck, you should figure that out on your own. It shouldn't be something that other people like be like, oh, that can encourage you. No, 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 no. Let kids figure that out on themselves. All right. Anyway, let's continue on. This is all the local news for today. A whale blasted an ungodly amount of ass ham all over some divers. The whale flipped onto its side and started spinning in circles while engulfing the divers in shit, creating what one of the divers called a poo-nado. Oh my god. A group of divers near the Caribbean island of Dominica were engulfed in a mighty cloud of shit churned out by a sperm whale. The men were on a routine expedition to photograph the whales when one of their subjects started blasting an ungodly amount of butt butter into the ocean while spinning in circles, causing what one of the divers called a poo-nado. Showing no mercy, the beast didn't stop until a 100-foot wide cloud of its Mississippi mud had coated the divers and their equipment. In a show of unwavering dedication to his craft, Canadian photographer Kerry Wilk managed to capture the experience on film. Is there a poo-nado? Oh my god. Look at this smile. He's like, yep. Fuck you guys. Oh. Jesus. Oh my god. Just shitting all over the divers. Four of us got into the water near the whale. Then it slowly approached us, stopped, and pointed itself straight down before the storm began. At first, it seemed like a regular bowel movement, but that rather than continuing its dive down, it remained at the surface and continued to defecate for a startling length of time. Kerry Wilk had poop in his eyes, mouth, wetsuit, everywhere, and I was soaked in it from head to toe. Jesus Christ. He's clearly just been to Mexico. Wow. Now there's a vendetta against the brown whale. Holy shit. smile. The smile of a person who knows he's shitting on everyone else. All right. A Tesla owner says his Model Y ordered him to pull over before it suddenly shut down, trapping him inside. Dude, that feel when your smart car refuses to let you out. Dun, dun, dun. Holy shit. A Tesla owner said his car ordered him to pull over before it suddenly shut down and trapped him inside. Tom Exton, a British YouTuber who collects cars, was driving to London Thursday night when his 5-day-old Model Y asked him to pull over because it was shutting down. He did so, and within minutes, all power to the car was gone. He felt trapped because doors on Teslas need power to open and close. I couldn't open the door by conventional means, so I had to use the emergency manual override latch on the door. He had been driving for only 15 minutes, and the car was showing an almost full charge. Vehicle shutting down. Wow. According to Tesla's emergency response guide for the Model Y, opening the front doors without power involves lifting the mechanical release handle located near the window switches. Exton followed these instructions, which somehow broke the driver's window. It took more than 2 hours for roadside assistance to arrive. It took about 6 hours to have the vehicle retrieved. There's a reason they punted so many out the door on cheap lease deals. Do yourself a favor and get a Polestar or anything other than a Tesla. Exton did say that Tesla's customer service was very helpful and offered to pay for a hotel for the night. Oh, damn. Well, there we go. Still, nonetheless. London, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Dave. Fuck. The judge has sealed the autopsy reports of the Uvalde mass shooting victims. I did 2 videos on Uvalde. It was basically that incompetent police officer who let the kids get shot up, thinking it was a hostage situation. A Texas district court judge in Uvalde has sealed autopsy reports of those killed during the Robb Elementary School mass shooting. Damn. So, the judge, Camille Dubose, ordered that the records be sealed and provided to the local district attorney for the purpose of assisting in the investigation and potential prosecution or prosecutions connected to the ongoing investigation. In a motion to seal the records, prosecutors had argued the autopsies could reveal information that the authorities need to preserve until the investigation into the shooting is completed. The types, number, and manner in which injuries were inflicted in this case includes information vital to the investigation, apprehension, and potential prosecution of individuals that may be criminally responsible. Oh, it sounds like they might be going after people who aren't just the shooter. Fucking hell, dude. Damn. It's unclear how long the records will remain sealed, with the motion adding that they will be hidden from public inspection until further order of the court. Jesus Christ. So the Uvalde mayor has accused the Texas Department of Public Safety of a cover-up. And related to this. Preserve from what, isn't the shooter dead? Well, maybe it's all part of the reconstruction. Yeah, of course it is, of course. I mean, it could be, but you need proof. What it could be is that they're going to find some of those terrible police officers who didn't go in criminally responsible. And if they do that, they need to seal these. They need to seal the proof so that they can be used in court. That makes complete sense. See, look at Shaker Silver. Remember, trust institutions, guys. I just gave a reasonable explanation as to why it would actually make sense to do this. All right? Fuck. Brainworms. Brainworms. Fuck. Okay. Especially since The most important thing about these autopsies is to see which children were alive and how long they were alive. It remains unclear whether some of those who died might have survived if they had received prompt medical care for their wounds. Exactly. So if it comes out that there's actually evidence in these autopsies that can be used in trial against the shitty police officers who botched the whole fucking thing, you need to seal those until the trial date happens. It has to happen, you fucking retards. They do actually generally seal things. If it's evidence that needs to be presented in court, they do seal them. That's pretty normal. I see horse, I click. You're here for a wild ride. I think the horse thing is actually near the end. What's next? Oh, yeah. This is fucking unreal. Twitch culture accepting this degenerate shit is going to fuck up streams for everyone else. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is from Casey Tron's stream. All right? Casey Tron is just asleep. She's asleep, and she just left her stream running, playing a TV show. And it's just like, how is Twitch allowing this fucking nonsense? How is Twitch allowing this fucking nonsense? Talk about ruining your fucking website. Jesus Christ, Twitch. Jesus. Okay. I think the next few are resident sleeper hours. I think the next few are going to be like ones that require sound. Let me just go turn my headphones on. Oh. Is the sound working? Hold on. Yes, it is. Okay. There we go. I like Twitch as a place to stream video games. But you know what? The non-video game part of Twitch is fucking cancerous. Okay. They're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics. Microsoft is facing backlash for adding energy-saving features to Xbox consoles. Okay, let's see what the fuck's going on here.
But we understand what this is. It's not that it's actually going to offset emissions. Okay, the level of reduction is infinitesimal, but they're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics at an earlier age. Make them climate conscious now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right. They're going after the children.
Of course they are. But again, but we understand what this is.
So this is just basically in response to Microsoft's Xbox Series X adding various power-saving measures. You know, it uses less power than previous generations of console. You know, it will shut down, you know, if you leave it alone for too long. You know, shit like that. Stuff that's completely benign. This isn't a political story, guys. Like Fox News. Holy fuck. Like, chill out. This is absolutely a fucking non-controversy. Exactly, dude. It's so dumb. Like, oh shit. My PlayStation 5 also turns off if I leave it alone for 15 minutes. Oh, I hate the fact that I save a few dollars on my power bill. Oh, it's the globalists. Fuck. How do we not have a reasonable center? Why is everyone a moron? Zenchan, watch the first half an hour of this stream. It's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. The internet isn't real life. The army. We are literally recruiting e-girls to lure your sons into the military to die for US-led globalism. PsyOps are real. Let's watch the PsyOp, guys.
What if it was the best blowjob you've ever had in your life?
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.
The U.S. government is engaged in a large number of secret medical experiments, developing techniques for mind control to create a so-called Manchurian candidate. What is the extent of these brainwashing experiments? How did the CIA become involved in such far-reaching and disturbing research?
Wow. So, would you simp for the soldier girl? I mean, it's obviously possible that this could be like the U.S. Army doing some like modern advertising. It's also entirely possible This is some fucking e-girl who is just doing her own thing on TikTok like every other e-girl does, and they just do it in their job. You have like e-girl nurses who are cute, and they're going to make their e-girl nurse TikToks. You get e-girl teachers who are cute. They're going to make their e-girl teacher TikToks. You get e-girl soldiers that are cute. They're going to make their e-girl soldier TikToks. All right? It's all the same fucking bullshit. It could be funded by the government. It doesn't have to be funded by the government, though. It could just be another vain, millennial, early 20s woman who has a cell phone and likes attention, all right? And of course, don't simp. Never simp. Does she have 2 moms? If she does, I'll fuck all 3 of them at the same time. Yeah, speaking of this, on this same topic,
it's just a grotesque postmodern psyop, and anyone who's fallen for this is brain damaged.
Wow. That's fucking hilarious. God. Man. Oh yeah, this shit. Okay. Twitch chat bought XQC's scooter ride. All right. So I think he's in Montreal. And I know in a lot of Canadian cities, there are like scooters that you can just pay for. You just like swipe a card or whatever, swipe your phone. And the scooter unlocks it. You can ride around the city, then park it in like another little place where they can take the scooters. And XQC held up his QR code until his Twitch chat paid for his scooter ride.
Hold up, wait for it. Hold up. Did they say it properly or not?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's showing. Someone said, are we good?
There we go, baby.
No way.
We are in, boys. Thank you, chat, whoever it is. Yo, whoever it is, though, no joke. If you can reach out to them on and give me proof. Hold up, wait for it.
Fuck.
Did they say it properly or not?
Yeah, it's showing.
Buy my scooter for me, chat. Do
Someone
it.
said, are we good?
There we go, baby.
No.
Fuck, dude. Like, that's disgusting. Yeah, chat chose to do it. It's their own fault. But you know what? That's pretty scummy of XQC, to be honest. Like, it sounds like me. Like, here, listen to the end here.
Yo, whoever it is, though, no joke. If you can reach out to them on and give me proof.
See, he says, reach out to me, give me proof. Maybe he plans to compensate them somehow. You know? Yeah, it is just an advanced tip/donation. Yeah, and it sounds like they're getting compensated. So maybe at the end it's not so bad. But fuck. If this were an e-girl and not XQC, it would probably just be like, ah, TT, thank you, you fucking simp, and then he just drives away. Fuck. Damn. Riff person, $2. Don't simp, says Devin, unless it's to me based. Lancelot, thank you for the $10, man. Appreciate it. The military has always had thoughts. It's not the U.S. government. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue, my friends. Hey, Django, what's up? Laser pointed at a helicopter leads Calgary police to a downtown drug bust. Wow. What a fuck up. A Calgary man is facing over a dozen charges after allegedly pointing a laser at a police helicopter, leading officers to discover some $60,000 worth of meth in his apartment. The helicopter was responding to a call just before 3 a.m. when a laser was pointed into the eye of the tactical flight officer in the aircraft. Minutes later, the Calgary Police Service says that a laser was pointed into the eyes of patrol officers in 2 different vehicles in the downtown core. Police said the officer in the helicopter was able to determine the laser beam came from an apartment in the 200 block of 15 Avenue Southeast. Patrol units attended the apartment and conducted a door knock. However, the occupants refused to answer the door. Later that day, police executed a search warrant of the apartment, at which time the police said the following items were seized. 993 grams of methamphetamine, $20,000 in Canadian currency, a Class 3B laser, approximately 20 kilograms of an unknown substance suspected to be a cutting agent, a sawed-off shotgun, a Winchester rifle, and ammo. Wow. Pointing a laser at an aircraft is a serious offense that we will investigate thoroughly. Investigators came together very quickly to identify the offender, and as a result, a significant amount of methamphetamine and firearms were seized by the police. Kamran Sattar, 44, is facing 14 offenses. Wow. How dumb do you have to fucking be? We're coming up to Applejack soon, guys. We're coming up to Applejack soon. No fucking way they're using my tweets in college classes. Oh, for real? Your body, your choice? Where the fuck my foreskin at then? Some fucking feminist gender studies class in some shitty university. They're using this poor bastard's tweets. Oh, Jesus. This guy's tweets are getting all marked. Like, look at... Jesus. Red ink, baby. Yeah. There's a check hidden button. Fuck. Man. If this is what fucking college is at this point, don't go. Unless you're going for STEM. Like, Christ. Just watch my channel. I'll look at all the tweets you want. If that's what you want, fuck it. Okay, so there's an account called Valid People Taking L's. This is what... Remember there was like males of Reddit, and there was like trans people taking L's and stuff, and all those accounts got banned. So now we got valid people taking L's. All right? They're valid. And so, someone is mass tagging some trans people as not trans friendly and transphobes as trans inclusive on the Shinigami Eyes Chrome notification. This is sickening to see. Please help send the word. Did I cause this? I did that video. Could those who have the Shinigami Eyes extension please help unmark Sweet Discordia? They're trans and were marked as anti-trans by trolls. Did I cause this when I did my video on Shinigami Eyes? Did I help, at least? Maybe a little bit? They're not just valid, they're heckin' valid. I'm experiencing transphobia and trans exclusion on Shinigami Eyes. I'm red on it and marked as a TERF, even though I've never said anything transphobic, and I'm trans. Wow. It's causing me serious dysphoria. I feel like I'm an imposter in my own body, that maybe perhaps I'm not trans enough to be trans. Maybe everything I've experienced has just not been enough to consider myself trans, even though I've known since I was young. Wow. And then to see legitimate transphobes marked as trans safe, while I and others are excluded, even though we're trans. People don't get that the site allows false reporting and it has little to no moderation. I feel sick because I'm not accepted IRL. And not this stupid site is excluding me from trans spaces and interacting with people who are also trans like me. Wow. Man. I guess I did maybe cause a little bit of it with my Shinigami Eyes video. Sometimes a troll just works out, eh? $5 for Meta. I don't think it's related to the ethos. Have you seen the Army's Ghost in the Machine commercial? No, I have not, actually. Hand on the shoulder, you're no longer bound. Yes, you did, based. I still use Shinigami Eyes. It's just kind of fun. Yep. Shinigami Eyes mark as T-friendly. Wait, hold on. Can I do this? Shinigami Eyes mark as T-friendly. Oh, they gave me a guidelines. Except, I don't care. I want to do it. Yeah, now it's green, baby. We do a little trolling. This is how golden penis syndrome is ruining dating for women. Here's $5. Chat, can you mark me as red, please? All right, Hylian Juggalo, do you have a Twitter account? But thank you for the $5. Picture it. You're looking forward to going on a date with a guy you met on campus. You meet up for coffee, but the date is a dud. Not only does he feel the need to mansplain the latest study from a course you're specializing in, but he also proceeded to talk about himself all night. Spoiler alert, turns out he has a major case of golden penis syndrome. And no, we didn't make that up. So what does this mean for heterosexual women looking to nab a date with a guy they met at school? Let's break it down. What is golden penis syndrome? Originally coined by students at Sarah Lawrence College in New York, the term refers to the dating behaviors of heterosexual men on college campuses made up of predominantly women. According to a recent study, 60% of college students in the U.S. are women, while 40% are men. Other studies over the years have shown that college-educated women prefer partners with a similar educational background, thus making college-educated men increasingly more in demand in the world of dating. Which is all fine and good, except that said men are, surprise, getting more than a little arrogant about all the attention they're receiving. This is just the marketplace, man. There's more women, less men. Men are in more demand right now. Like, when women were in more demand, no one said golden vagina syndrome. Fuck. Like, sorry, but you're on the bottom of the totem right now. Just how it is. With a noticeable lack of competition in the dating pool, men have been allowed to get away with questionable dating habits, including ghosting and cheating. Women have done this shit for... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Because they believe there will be an endless line of women ready to jump at the chance of dating one of those rare college-educated men. Golden penis syndrome became an even bigger part of the conversation when American journalist John Berger wrote about the phenomenon in his book, Datonomics: How Dating Became a Lopsided Game. The sex ratios among college-educated hetero singles in Manhattan is approximately 3 women for every 2 men. I've interviewed a lot of men who are continuing to take advantage of that imbalance. We're seeing a generation of men who think they're Adam Driver or Michael B. Jordan. Of course, it's not about them, it's the ratio. When men are in undersupply, the dating culture becomes less monogamous. Men are more likely to treat women as sex objects and treat relationships as disposable. Wow. What does it all really boil down to, though? According to Berger and the aforementioned studies, this... Oh my god. Oh, I haven't woken up yet. Fuck. God damn it. Okay. This group of college-educated men will tend to have poor social and sexual skills because they don't feel any urgency to better themselves when it comes to securing dates with women. So all this is to say, proceed with caution when dipping your toe into the college dating pool, especially on a campus made up of predominantly women. Dun, dun, dun. Well, cry about it, baby. Woman discovers that even if they control access to sex, men control access to relationships. Exactly. Hypergamy is a conspiracy theory. Oh my god. Okay, if you think that this means hypergamy, then I think you got the wrong fucking point out of the article. Jesus Christ. Speaking of all this gender shit, though. Of all journalists killed in 2021, 11% were women. In 2020, this was 6%. On the International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists, let us say out loud, stop targeting women journalists. So wait, hold on. Because in 2020, 6% of journalists that were killed were women, and in 2021, 11% of journalists that were killed are women. That means... The ratio means that there's less male journalists getting killed. Maybe. Depends on how many, what the total numbers are. But still, this is something that you're going to complain about? What the fuck? This is so ridiculous, dude. Zenshan asks, what's hypergamy? Here. Let me give you the TLDR on hypergamy. The action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. So marrying up, all right? So here you go. Lots of people in like the red pill community will talk about shit like this. Okay? So for example, there's some truth to it, but as always, the red pillars miss out on the most important parts of the conversation, but there's still some truth to it though. Buy a coffee at Tim's, Dev, for fuck's sake. Thanks, Fang. Thanks for the $5, man. So yeah, you got like 1955. At the top, you have interesting good looking. At the bottom, you have boring and ugly. In a monogamous society, they roughly equate. So certain status men marry certain status women, and it all goes like so. However, in a society without strict monogamy, where people can just choose whatever, the idea is that high status men will monopolize all of the women they can get, all right? Low status men get nothing, the extreme low status women get nothing, and the extreme high status women get nothing because men can basically deal with some of these people who are like 7 or 8 or 9 out of 10 rather than a 10 out of 10 and come with none of that superior baggage, right? So this is the whole this is the hypergamy graph, and there's something to this. There's something to this, but it's also not the whole story. All right, it's like there are people like people like going on like the fucking Fresh and Fit podcast and all this other nonsense, and they're saying shit like, "Oh yeah, dude, a girl will totally like stay with a high value man and just accept being cheated on if he's high value enough." And it's like, well, true, but we're talking about like the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of top status men. All right, like your average 9 out of 10 guy, even him, no, women will not accept that. Absolutely not. Like, it's not gonna fucking happen. Like, this woman will not be in a monogamous relationship with this man. 9 out of 10 woman, 10 out of 10 man will not do this trade-off if he's fucking all these other chicks. She won't, because she can get somebody else. Because you know what? Despite this graph, people still do actually value monogamy. Like, women still do want exclusivity. Like, they're not actually all that willing to share a high status male. They are in some cases. Like, if they're pretty low status and the male is like ridiculously high status, then maybe. But in like 99% of regular like real life touch grass interactions, the answer to this is no. This wouldn't happen. All right. Do they? Falling marriage and birth rates. There's something to say about that. Yeah, so hypergamy isn't causing that. No. There are other factors that cause the falling marriage and birth rates, other things. I mean, one big part of it's going to be access to birth control for sure. Absolutely. See, women will choose to be in a harem for a powerful man. No. Sometimes they will. If you have a very low class woman and a very, very high status men, then maybe. But in most cases, no, Undead Ocarina Gamer. That is cope. All right? That is just cope. So, for example, my girlfriend would not leave me for a 10 out of 10 high value man to join his harem. She wouldn't. And you know what? Most people who are in, like, do you think that, like, okay, you think this is like a thing? You think that your mom would leave your dad for that? Like, your sister would leave her partner for that? Come on, guys. Like, you know women in your real life, hopefully, and you know that most of them are like, no, you know what? I'm in love, and love is what matters. Not this fucking weird moral calculus about reproduction. Love is the thing that holds all this together, all right? When you're in love with someone, you're not going to fucking bail out to be with a higher... You're not going to, like, like a branch swing upward to be like some women will. Some women are fucking terrible, but most people no. I do really believe this, Zen Chan. Yes, and also you do too, Zen Chan. Would your girlfriend leave you? Do you think? Come on. No, it's ridiculous. This is like, yeah, some girls will get flown out to Dubai and get turned into human toilets. But you know what? Most girls don't do that shit. No, most girls just want like a regular husband and have like a regular family, you know? She'll leave you for Lilith. Love isn't real. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. Again, sounds a little too optimistic about the world. No, it's not optimistic. It's about, this isn't even about optimism. It's about having actually been in the real world. All right? I don't actually live online, okay? I've worked a bunch of different jobs. I've lived in several different cities. I've worked blue-collar jobs. I've worked for the government. I've worked white-collar jobs. I've worked in academia. I've worked across the spectrum, all right? I've worked in a library. I've worked stocking groceries in a fucking grocery store. You know, I've used heavy machinery. I've done enough stuff in my life and met enough people offline to understand this isn't being optimistic about the world. It's that you guys live online and fucking consume just constant red pills and black pills every fucking day, and you have no clue what it's like outside of your goddamn room. Fuck. I've also been to work outside the country, and I will tell you, Dev, love is not real. I am very sorry if that's how you feel. I'm sorry about the quality of life. Damn. All right, let's continue. Finally, we're at the headliner. It's time to talk about the bronies. Now call them incels. Based. All right. The FedEx mass shooter was a brony who hoped to see Applejack in the afterlife. Oh my God. Brandon Scott Hole, 19 years old, entered a FedEx depot in Indianapolis at 11 p.m. and shot dead 8 people before taking his own life. 40 minutes earlier, he had posted his final words. I hope that I can be with Applejack in the afterlife. My life has no meaning without her. Applejack is the main character in the children's cartoon My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. First broadcast in 2010. Mr. Hole, Jesus, had 2 Facebook accounts dedicated to the show that were removed by the social media giant following the shooting after requests from law enforcement. What law enforcement hoped is that Mr. Hole's online activity would help shed light on the motive for the attack. Though a charming cartoon marketed at girls and young women, the rebooted My Little Pony series had a weird penumbral irony to its furry antics, which led to a much broader success. Bronies or commies, is that which way, Mr. Man? Oh, bronies for sure, Black Kiwi, absolutely. So-called bronies were young men who took an interest in the show, and they even had their own convention to celebrate it. But its appropriation by the far right was also a growing problem. Just a year ago, The Atlantic's Caitlin Tiffany wrote that the show's fans were ready to admit they had a Nazi problem. Oh my God, a Nazi problem among the bronies. Fuck. Police say that Mr. Hole browsed white supremacist websites, but the quote specifies this was a year before the shooting. The facility was staffed by a mostly Sikh workforce, and half of those killed were Sikh. Authorities are considering a racial motive in the attack, but none was reportedly disclosed in Hole's suicide note. Hole's mother knew something bad was going to happen and tried to warn the authorities, but to no avail. He bought assault rifles. He bought assault rifles, one in July and another in September of last year, despite having his shotgun confiscated after his mother called authorities and expressed concern about his mental health. Yep. So, This guy bought rifles, shot up a FedEx depot, and wanted to join Applejack in the afterlife. If it was a FedEx, why was it mostly Sikh? Well, FedExes are franchises, right? Which means that probably the individual owner of the FedEx franchise was a Sikh man, and he probably had his family and friends working for him. Damn. Alberta transgender wants maid after sexual reassignment surgery goes sour. Modern problems require modern solutions. I hope that joke wasn't too edgy for you. Dying for the worst mud pony. Thanks, Cosmic. Thanks. Oof. Okay, so let's read this. Look at all the oofs coming in. Tag valid L's. Base dev. MAID is the Canada Euthanasia Program. I've done 2 videos on it. Yeah, definitely. Listen, it doesn't matter if you want to like get boobs and transition, look like a girl, take hormones. Keep the dick. All right? Keep the dick. It'll be okay. Just keep the dick. Fuck. An Alberta male to female transsexual with regret over sex change surgery is now applying for medical assistance and dying because their condition can't be changed. Duchess Lois made the announcement in a January 17th tweet. I'm accessing MAID as a sterilized First Nations person of Treaty 6, who is also... Oh, God. It's not the first time that the First Nations have been sterilized. Oh, God. I'm gonna go to hell for all these fucking jokes. Okay. I'm accessing MAID as a sterilized First Nations person of Treaty 6, who is also a post-op transsexual woman of 14 years. I qualify for it as someone who is sterilized and who has undergone vaginoplasty, 2 things that cannot be reversed or relieved. I am applying, I have the application, but I need 1 witness. But there is also a process if there is no witnesses, so I might just inquire about that option. As soon as I submit, then the official process begins of assessments. First Nations is the legal Canadian word for indigenous, native, you know? Okay. In her profile, she said that she knew that sexual reassignment surgery was a mistake. In 2009, I was rushed into having sexual reassignment surgery before I was ready, resulting in immediate regret and sterilization. The last couple of years were very medically intense for me. When I experienced depth loss in June 2021, I had to add a second dilation to my weekly routine to help myself. The doctor wasn't concerned, as she said, we as females experience vaginal atrophy. I don't think that's true. Lois was experiencing pain, but her request to see a specialist was unheeded by the doctor, who instead referred her to a gender clinic in Edmonton. In December 2021, she had a phone appointment. We spoke about my hormones, that's another issue, and the pain and dilating. A referral was made to a specialist. Finally, 2022 came. I was referred to the Lois Hole. How come everyone's named Hole today? Jesus. Also, this fucking... Okay. The Lois Hole Hospital for Women. It was a phone consultation, nothing more. I was relabeled from homosexual to asexual by the doctor. That I was brushed off. Then came June 2022. I experienced a rare event of a confusional migraine that lasted 22 days, and during that time, I had forgot which genitalia I had, and it caused so much stress, and I was in and out of the hospital, and I tried to raise this concern with several doctors. It was brushed off. I was so confused as to why I didn't have a penis anymore. That was the tipping point for me. It's what changed my life and mine that I can no longer trust this medical system that is captured by gender identity ideologies. It has killed the Indian. So yes, I qualify as a sterilized Indian who has had vaginoplasty. Wow. I will always say, if you're trans, don't get the bottom surgery. Just fucking don't, all right? Do anal, keep the dick, find yourself a gay or bi man to be your partner, all right? Don't do the bottom surgery. There was a hole here. It's gone now. No, they made one, Tanushi. They made one. Fucking hell. Yeah. Like I have met people who have had bottom surgery who have had they report a positive experience, all right? So it's not like this is just overwhelmingly negative all the time, but holy fuck, it is too permissible now. It is just too permissible. There are too many people getting it, and there are too many people having regret stories. Like, nope, there has to be some sort of fucking gatekeeping in place on this shit, rather than just endless affirmation. I am using my story and experience to ensure that this never happens to anyone else. I'm still here fighting. We need all levels of government to see this and to see what's happening within our country. Have you considered that the MAID program is a bit similar to the transition process in that it is activist-driven and offering a solution? Just an opinion, but from here it feels similar. I get to be free. I'm not scared. I'm just tired of suffering, she wrote. Wow. Fuck. No, and this is actually pretty fucked up. Memes aside. This is pretty fucked up, dude. Fuck. It's depressing. It is definitely depressing thinking about this. Bit of a final solution, don't you think? All right, let's continue. In the name of equity, California will discourage students who are gifted at math. Oh my God. California's Department of Education is working on a new framework for K-12 mathematics that discourages gifted students from enrolling in accelerated classes that study advanced concepts. The draft of the framework is hundreds of pages long and covers a wide range of topics. But the overriding concern is inequity. The department is worried that too many students are sorted into different math tracks based on their natural abilities, which leads some to take calculus by their senior year, while others don't make it past basic algebra. The department's solution is to prohibit any sorting until high school, keeping gifted kids in the same classrooms as their less mathematically inclined peers until at least grade 9. The inequity of mathematics in California can be undone through a coordinated approach in grades 6 to 12. In summary, middle school students are best served in heterogeneous classes. Fuck. The push to calculus in grade 12 is itself misguided. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this nonsense? €5 from Tornushi, thank you. Endless affirmation leads to ruin since it's the embrace of entropy and abandonment of reason and boundaries for its own sake. Exactly. And $8 from Tricky Meyer, thank you. They also use First Nation in Australia to refer to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. By the way, San Andreas is better than California. Thanks, man. All right, let's see here. The framework cites that many students who take calculus end up having to retake it in college anyway, so they don't really... Okay. Deprioritizing instruction in high school calculus would not really solve the problem, and in fact would likely make it worse. But the department doesn't seem overly worried. The framework's overriding perspective is that teaching the tough stuff is college's problem. The K-12 system should concern itself with making every kid fall in love with math. Broadly speaking, this entails making math as easy and unmath-like as possible. Math is really about language and culture and social justice, and no one is naturally better at it than anyone else. All students deserve powerful mathematics. We reject ideas of natural gifts and talents. The belief that I treat everyone the same is insufficient. Active efforts in mathematics teaching are required to counter the cultural forces that have led to and continue to perpetuate current inequalities. Teachers can support discussions that center mathematical reasoning rather than issues of status and bias by intentionally defining what it means to do and learn mathematics together in ways that include and highlight the languages, identities, and practices of historically marginalized communities. To encourage truly equitable and engaging mathematics classrooms, we need to broaden perception of mathematics beyond methods and answers so that students come to view mathematics as a connected, multidimensional subject that is about sense-making and reasoning, to which they can contribute and belong. Dude, I would love to be in school right now. Like, I was a troll fucking asshole in high school. I didn't give a fuck. I got into so much trouble. I would love it to be a student right now. I would fuck around so hard. It'd be so much fun. Damn. Jerry Springer admits that he ruined culture with his talk show. Well, at least he's honest about it. Jerry Springer is afraid that his talk show might have reserved him a spot in the fiery pit of hell. Wow. He considers himself, when asked if he considers himself the granddad of reality TV, the former host joked, "No, I apologize. I'm so sorry. What have I done? I've ruined our culture. I just hope hell isn't that hot because I burn real easy. I'm very light complected and that kind of worries me. I'm just a schlub who got lucky, and show business was never a thought in my mind." Wow. Jerry Springer's show ran from 1991 all the way to 2018 and covered everything from incest to adultery. The show featured outrageous behavior from guests that led to altercations on set, sometimes sending chairs flying. Wow. Before he was on TV, Springer got a start in politics. He was elected to the Cincinnati City Council and became mayor of Cincinnati in 1977. After being mayor, I was offered the job to anchor the news. Hold on. Listen. You're missing out on why he stopped being mayor, why he stepped down. It's because he got caught paying a prostitute with a check. And the reason he got caught is because the check bounced. How fucking dumb do you have to be? Anyway, Phil Donahue is retiring or starting a new talk show. You're the host. So, Jerry Springer's show took off. Listen, I don't know how you guys feel about Jerry Springer. This shit was fucking hilarious back in the day. All right, you know, it's the 90s. You're a 90s kid. You're homesick from school, or maybe you're just skipping school. No one's at home. No parents. No siblings. The entire suburb or the town or whatever is quiet because everyone's at work or at school. So you have the run of the place. You know what you do? You turn on TV, you watch Jerry Springer, you play some N64 or some PlayStation 1. You have a grand old day of it. Maybe you're watching Jerry Springer, maybe you're watching Judge Judy, maybe you're watching Maury Povich, this trashy daytime TV that you just laugh at ridiculously because you're like a 9-year-old kid who still kind of understands what's going on. You alternate between that and playing video games. It's a great day. It's a great day. Fuck, it was fun. Wait, you're too young to even know who this is? Viking Kiwi, go on YouTube after the stream and just search for Jerry Springer. Search for Jerry Springer clips from the show. Holy fuck. There was a clip from Jerry Springer where like they had a black family on stage. And then Jerry brings out a family that was like members of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. And like they come out and you got like the mother and father in the KKK robes, and then the kids are all in like tiny little KKK robes, and they all come out. And then they just start fucking fighting immediately on the stage, and security has to bring them up, like break it up. Like just a family on family brawl. You got dudes who were like fucking like 3 or 4 different sisters, and like they're all fighting over him. You got like brothers and sisters who are having sex, or mothers and sons, and like the family's like fighting them on stage. You got like cheaters. You got like there's like holy fuck. They did so much transsexual stuff, dude. There was like, my new girlfriend has a dick. Don't tell my wife, you know, shit like that, right? Oh my God. It was so fucking funny. It was hilarious. It was the trashiest TV. Holy fuck. It was so trashy. All the paternity tests. Oh yeah, Maury, you are not the father. Like it was so Jesus. All right. It was so fun. It was so trashy. These people, like, basically, Maury Povich and Jerry Springer, they both just brought on the lowest of like American redneck trash, like just subhumans. They just brought on like the worst fucking people in America just to make fun of them, to goad them into fights and to get it all on camera and then put it out there on TV because fuck it, why not? And you know, I don't know what incentivized them to do it. Maybe because they got to go to Cincinnati, the big city of Cincinnati. Maybe it's because Jerry Springer gave them like a $25 Applebee's gift card. Like, I don't fucking know. But for some reason, people had no problem going on this show and making complete fucking fools of themselves. But fuck, it was hilarious. Fun time. No, Tid, you should watch all the minutes of me fighting with the chat. All right. And finally, the Taliban unveils a supercar powered by a Toyota Corolla engine. Afghanistan's rulers declare the vehicle an honor for the nation. So would you say it is an Ayatollah Corolla? ... The Taliban has unveiled the first ever supercar designed and made in Afghanistan. The aggressive and sleek-looking Mata 9 prototype sports car is the culmination of 5 years of design and development led by 30 engineers at the manufacturer ENTOP and Kabul's Afghanistan Technical Vocational Institute. Wow. Wait, was Channing Tatum on Jerry Springer? Really? That's funny. Its capabilities on the road remain to be seen. The vehicle is immobile in almost all footage circulating on social media. Oh, wow. It's unlikely to rival the likes of Bugatti and McLaren, with the team behind Mata 9 claiming its engine is that of a contemporarily pedestrian Toyota Corolla. Wow. Here's the first Afghani supercar. It looks all right. Damn. But I mean, they don't show it move, so wow. I'm not much of a supercar guy, but it looked like it's something. Looks better than the Cybertruck. 3,000 goat power. Fucking hell. That is all the links that I have today, my friends. I'm sorry, but we've come to the end. Now let's argue for another 45 minutes about nonsense. How does that sound, chat? Listen, as always, just because we argue and just because you're retarded and wrong all the time doesn't mean that I hate you. It just means that you're retarded and wrong. I still love you like a father would love his retarded son. Okay? That's how it is. So, thank you for all the super chats and support today. I really appreciate it. As always, mail me your boxes of garbage. On screen are the on screen is the PO box. You can always super chat and subscribe on Twitch and memberships on YouTube. All are appreciated. I appreciate everything that you've sent me today. It's been a fun time. Love isn't real. Fight me. Love isn't real. Listen, if you actually think love isn't real, you have some fucking problems, dude. Like, come the fuck on. Like, love is clearly real. Devin, been nothing but a fan, just frustrated on a blind spot with liberalism. Famous from a non-lib country, I was hopeful for U.S. and Canada, but was disillusioned by those in charge. I don't know how you aren't. Because believe it or not, things are more functional than they're non-functional, even now. Even with all the problems, things are still more functional than non-functional. Like, literally go live in Afghanistan. That supercar is probably fucking fake. Seriously, go live in Afghanistan, see how their cities are run compared to our cities, see the quality of life, see the differences in like how people fucking deal in their shit professionally. No, man. We would not have our civilization if things weren't mostly functional. So no, I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it for a second. Reject radical wingers. Embrace extreme centrism. Based. Thank you, Viking Kiwi. Appreciate it. So, more functional doesn't mean more right? No. But there's a high correlation between the two. So anyway. In most cases, it's less functional than either it used to or it could be. I mean, there's clearly things we have to fix, Vic Erstead. But this whole idea of like, oh my God, society is collapsing and everything's falling apart. Everything's gonna just collapse and we're all gonna be fucked. And oh my God, the end times are coming. That's all ridiculous. It's fucking nonsense. It's so stupid. All right. All right. It is time for me to skedaddle. So, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We had a good time today. At least I did. I'll be recording in about 12 hours. I'll be recording with Lilith and Arch and Kibbs the next The Last of Us episode, so that's going to be fun. And otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Either with a new video, which will be Last of Us, or with going back to the gaming streams tomorrow night. So I will see you there. Oh, wait. A few super chats right at the end. Black Kiwi, $2. Thank you. Dev, wait. Commies. Cat girls. Pussy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Gallus. Thank you for the czars. Love is real. It has just failed some of us repeatedly. It's okay. You'll be able to get there, man. Well, everything will be fine. Take the hope pill, guys. Take the hope pill. It'll be all right. Tage, send me your nudes.